more attachment to sense objects.
Yes.
I mean, that particular function to not be attached to sense objects, whether it arises for an anagamic, since there's no conditions for attachment anyway.
That's right. Yeah. Well, there was conditions for attachment, not for
attachment to sense objects. Yes.
That's right.
What I mean.
So it's kind of a moot point, really. It's not a major point, but it was brought up, and I thought, because nekkhamma is usually translated as renunciation.
Right.
Renunciation, and we must consider renunciation of what? Well, sometimes they call it renunciation because it's the layperson going to, and that's sometimes called renunciation. Well, really, as we know, when we look at the Dhamma, we almost must look at different moments. Because
and yes, we have to talk about Dhamma. We have to talk about realities, not the situation.
That's exactly right. Exactly.
Right.
It's not situation, as you said. It's not situational. It deals with realities. So so the word nekkhamma literally means ideally renunciation of karma raga, or from all levels of attachment. That's what I would see the ideal translation of it being, because then it covers the anagami who still have those. They've eradicated all the noble mudachittas that can arise, the four of them that can arise with ditti, but they haven't eradicated. I could say them apart anyway. It's called somanasa sahagatam, which is pleasant feeling, obviously. Ditti gata vipayutam, without ditti, and asankarika makam. It's unprompted. So it's unprompted. It arises with pleasant feeling, and it's disassociated with ditti. So then there's four of those. Every one of them, those other four disassociated from ditti, virtually they have slight variations on that theme. So the anagami still can have those, like when there is mana arising with that lopamula chitta, then that
Sundara, there's no question that the anagami still has to eradicate lopa, moha, mana. There's no question about that.
That's right, totally.
Right, there's no question. So what we are wondering whether can we say that, ask Tanachan, should it be this question, whether nekkhamma arises for an anagami?
Yeah, that's a good question. Sorry, I'm apologizing, but I've been talking too long. But I didn't realize. Yeah, please ask Tanajan that question.
Tanachan, did you hear the question just now? We were wondering about we were discussing about nekkhamma in previous discussions, and Kun Sundara brought up the meaning of nekkhamma by the Pali, the meaning in Pali. Nekkhamma, Sundara, can you repeat what it means?
Well, yeah, sure. Just a minute. Yeah, I'm just moving a bit here. I'm just trying to get okay. Yeah. So, well, we know that nekkhamma means it's one translation in English is renunciation, and sometimes that's applied to the bhikkhu or the bhikkhuni who renounces the lay life, and that's sometimes called.
I'm asking about the Pali meaning of the words.
Yeah, literally.
The
my
word,
understanding,
the exact.
Literally means no karma. No
karma.
Yeah, no karma, but not in that sense it's often used here, but in the sense of no attachment to sensuous objects.
No attachment to sense objects. So Tanachan, since the anagami, we understand that the anagami has eradicated all attachments to sense objects. So does it mean that for an anagami, the nekkhamma does not apply? That means for an anagami, there's no more nekkhamma.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Cup.
we can hear you,
We can hear
Tanajan.
you, Cup.
Okay. Shall we understand the nature of nekama or just the word? Think around about this and that just to think about it again and again and again? Or is the nekama, what is it?
I think that's important, Tanajan, not just the definition.
That's why nekama is parami, isn't it?
It can be not parami, but is it always parami, Tanajan?
Letting go of attachment, no matter what degree, not just anagami. Because when it's parami, it has to go on until becoming arahata. That's why sometimes the meaning of karma is limited and sometimes it's unlimited, including everything with attachment.
Okay, yeah, that's helpful, Tanajan. Thank you. So,
And I think that's what you were trying to say, right, Sundara? Since there's still attachment, then there's still must be letting go of this attachment.
yeah, that's right. It was just brought up that because anagami, it was brought up earlier in an earlier time, that because anagami has got rid of attachment to sensuous objects, that therefore nekkhamma will not apply. But as Tanajan has just said there, we must look at it in a broader sense too. When there's any sort of clinging, then there is still that is still applicable, that nekkhamma needs to be developed.
Actually, I was also thinking last Saturday about thinking about it in terms of function. So it is whenever it arises, it does perform that particular function. So then there's no question that it is a particular Dhamma that performs that particular function. Doesn't matter whether there's in reference to sense objects or any other object.
True. Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, that's what I. Yeah, that's what I was thinking along those lines, because it was brought up the fact that an anagami has not got no more clinging to sensuous objects, but as has been acknowledged by Tanajan this morning, that we must look at it in the broader sense that yes, an anagami has literally the word anagami means somebody who will not be coming back to the karma loka. So, but still they have attachment. You know, a non-returner. They're non-returning to the world of sensuous objects because that no longer has any attraction for them, but they still have subtle types of clinging, like those other four lopamula chittas. Yeah, so that's clearer. Thank you, Tanajan Cup. I appreciate that. So we are the only ones here by the looks of it, Sukin, is that correct?
No, there are a few of us here.
Oh, I see. Oh, I see. Okay.
Is also here, and a few Thais and one Vietnamese and Punopado.
Oh, okay. I didn't notice that. I'm actually just.
Yes. All right. But I think, I'm interested in languages, but then coming to attend the Dhamma discussion, I think we have attachment to the words too much as we learned it in school. And I think there's many people who interest listening to Tanajan about now what is happening. So I would like to invite the other people to ask Tanajan's question. Alberto, do you have any questions?
Yes, please do. Go ahead. Anybody else?
Hello, everyone. I'm thinking. I don't have any question at the moment. Sorry, I'll think one I'm thinking about one, but I don't have it yet. But it's a good opportunity to ask. So yeah, please. Maybe someone else has one.
If you don't, I have one on Nekama too. Tanajan Ka, many years ago when I began to start to listening to the Dhamma, and at the time it was still a cassette tape, and it was an issue on Parami. And when it came to Nekama, and I was crying after I finished the session because I realized that to to give up all the attachment, not to just go and ordain, is a huge task, if we can call that a task. And I would like you to explain more about how to let go all of this. Not all, of course, it cannot be all at this moment, but how can we let go or understand the let it go better? Thank you.
Is there any understanding now of what is there right now? See, letting go, ignorance, attachment to what is there unknowingly, because no understanding at all about the nature of what is there as it is. Dhamma, just that word. All are Dhammas. Whatever is real is Dhamma. All Dhammas are anatta. No matter how much there is the understanding of what is there now or at the moment, it has to be understanding the anatta-ness of what is there as no one and nothing at all. And in truth, it's just a moment conditioned to arise and then falls away instantly. Is this now letting go ignorance and attachment to that as something, someone, many things around? The world is full of light and color and sound and on and on. Letting go ignorance of what is there from birth to death, and then birth again, death again, as whatever is conditioned has to arise. As long as there are conditions for the arising of the reality after death, it's there, conditioned to arise. Never be the same at all. What is conditioned to arise, just arise. Only once in samsara. Never arise again. Just listen to the truth. What is life? What is this moment? What is there now? See, no understanding at all, no letting go of ignorance, attachment, and all kinds of them, because no understanding of the truth. So letting go is not try to do something, letting go something, but understand. Is there any understanding of what is there? If not, how to let go? Ignorant, no understanding of what is there. Listening to the word of truth from the enlightened one. One reality only is there appearing and then gone. Is it true? Begin to understand the truth of life. So it's just not the subject of terms about the life and this and that, but it's the understanding of the nature. Because what is real, hardness now is real. No word. But without words, how can it be known that it's just that which is hard, not sound or not sight or anything at all? So learn to understand Dhamma. What is Dhamma? Until everything is a Dhamma, anatta. No one can make it arise. No one at all to do anything, to let go. See, how can I let go? No understanding what is there as I at all. That's why learn to understand the truth of this very moment. Because there must be this moment again and this moment again, different moments. Only once in samsara, like seeing right now. As soon as it's gone, never to arise again. Ultimately gone, completely, absolutely gone, never be found at all. And life is just a moment of that which arises, appearing and disappear unknowingly. That's why learn to be true to the truth, to understand what is there at birth and what is there on and on each moment until death, and on and on again and again. Are we talking about now, considering about now? Is it true? Seeing now is not seeing just a moment ago. Never be the same. That's why understanding what is meant by a moment of seeing. But now, seeing sees all the time. How many moments? Unknown. Never be the same one moment at all. Is this letting go?
Yes, certainly, Tanajang. It's the beginning, and they're very good reminders. So, for me, that begs a question. It almost seems that it can seem like there shouldn't be any questions. We should just develop understanding of the presently arising Dhamma, whatever that may be. And that can seem to discourage questions. Is that correct, Tanajang Cup?
Because it's there still I. See, is there I at all?
Well,
Or what is it which is taken for I from birth to death? Beginning to be true to the truth from the very beginning. The truth is the truth. Never being changed at all. No one can change it at all. The truth is so true that it can be realized. So when there's no understanding to realize the truth, listening to the words about the truth until there is the understanding developing little by little to be true to the truth. Now there is seeing. Is that I see or seeing itself is conditioned to arise to see. Be truthful to the truth from now on. No question.
Sundara,
Yes, yeah.
Sundara, just consider what Ajahn is saying is that that question that you just arose is an instance of forgetting that in fact there are only dhammas. So a question arise or not arise is just different dhammas arising. No, there's no control.
Yeah,
So
sure.
you're right. It's just thinking in terms of me and a situation that we think that we come to such conclusions that no more, then it means no more asking questions, or it means that one does not ask questions. But who can stop? And just as a reminder, we know that even arahats asked the Buddha, didn't they?
You can probably find some examples. Nothing comes to mind. But yeah, there probably would be if I thought about it long enough or looked hard enough.
Or never mind, not even arahat. I mean, lesser Aryans would ask, like, obvious is that Ananda asked a few questions, right? Maybe for clarification, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not well read in the sutras, of course. But who can stop questions from arising if there are conditions?
That's right. No, they're good points. And Ananda, he sometimes made statements, and the Buddha corrected him about certain aspects of his understanding, even though he was very wise. He was, as we know, he was Sotapanna. But like I'm thinking of that Mahanidana Sutta and the Digha Nikaya, where he said to the Buddha, I've been thinking about Paticca Samuppada, and it seems clear to me. And the Buddha said, say not so, Ananda. Say not so. It's much more deeper than you think. Yeah, so there would be many examples where people with understanding and even deep understanding needed to be corrected or encouraged to develop, as you're indicating there, so can develop more understanding. So no, they're good points. Thank you.
Okay, please go on, continue. Yes.
No, I just want to ask one more question. That when we said let it go, and if we don't realize that it's now the Dhamma is this moment, but then our sanya reflect what is goodness, wholesome and unwholesome, or Dhamma and Adhamma. We should let go of this, but to understand the moment of that particular, it's the sanya, right, that make us continue thinking or having the limit and then cling on to that nimitta. Do you understand my question, sir? Can I speak Thai for a moment? คืออย่างนี้ค่ะท่านอาจารย์ถ้าเราจะเจริญเนคขมะแต่เราก็ยังคือสิ่งที่เรายึดติดข้องต้องการเนี่ยมันก็คือนิมิตทั้งนั้นแต่ถ้าสมมติว่าเราไม่เข้าใจคือถูกเข้าใจถูกไหมคะว่าถ้าเรายังไม่เข้าใจว่าอะไรที่เกิดขึ้นในขณะนี้เนี่ยสิ่งที่เรายังแยกแยะเป็นอัตตาคือทรงจำไว้ว่าเป็นสิ่งนั้นเป็นสิ่งนี้เป็นความดีเป็นความชั่วเป็นกุศลเป็นอกุศลก็จริงๆแล้วเพราะว่าเราไม่เข้าใจว่าขณะนี้เนี่ยได้เกิดดับไปแล้วเรากลับไปยึดติดกับความเป็นสิ่งหนึ่งสิ่งใดในความเป็นลิมิตของสิ่งนั้นขอท่านอาจารย์ช่วยแนะนำด้วยค่ะกราบขอบพระคุณค่ะ
Begin again from the very beginning. No I, no one, no thing. Each one is real as it is. Before hearing the truth, I see. But hearing about seeing, there is seeing, there is that which is seen. What else is there in a moment of seeing? Appearing. Even there are other things, other reality. As long as it does not appear to be known, it cannot be known yet. Just heard about it. There is no one, no thing at all. There are only different realities. Reality, for example, sound is real. It's a reality. It's conditioned to arise. And it is the object of hearing. If there's no hearing, sound can never appear at all. No sound in the world when there's no hearing. No sight in the world when there's no seeing. So where's the eye? Just learn to understand the truth of just one word. Anatta, not atta, not anything, not something, not anyone. There is only a reality as it is. For example, hatred is a reality. Does it perform the function of seeing or its own function to hate? See, that's why learn to understand what is there in life, and life is now, right now, not at the moment. So, not the idea about letting go, not the idea about this or that, without understanding of no I. Otherwise, there is the question again and again, how can I? Or how shall I do? And so on. But it's the I consider this until it is realized it's not I because it's that which arises and experiences the object, or that which is there cannot experience any object at all. Only that isn't true. Is it right? Seeing is not hard, it's not soft, it's not attachment. It is moment of a reality, experiencing that which impinge on the eye base. We are talking about the truth to understand what the reality of that very moment is, as it is, not as something different, as something wrong, because seeing cannot be I at all. It's conditioned just to arise to see and then gone. So no I. Each word we heard from the enlightened one is to understand that actually there's no I. There's no table, there's no anything at all. Each one is that which appears, but not as it is, when there's no understanding of the nature of it. For example, now, how can it be just the word of color if you use the word for that which is seen? Red, blue, dark, white. Is it true? What is the word of seeing? It's only that which is seen as dark color, red, dark red, blue red, and so on. Yellow. See, is it true? Only that which is seen is there. Just that moment of seeing. No idea, no thought about that, which appears by shape and form to be known as something, whether it's a chair or a picture or a telephone and so on. Learn to be true to the truth. Satya Bharami is so very important because Panya understands the truth. No one can understand the truth. No one. But the reality which now arises by hearing and considering and begin to understand the truth of each moment. If we learn the word in the book, how can there be the understanding? Because the word of in the book just talk about what is there right now, each moment. So it's not just the word, it's that which can be understood, what is there as it is, as so true. Seeing, for example, even it's not in the book, it's there unknown. But when it's there in the book of the teaching of the enlightened one, it can be understood by what is seeing. But when there's no word about seeing, I see. How come? Things around from moment of waking up, left, right, back, behind, of in front, all are dhammas, unknown. So just learn to understand Dhamma because there are different dhammas in different moments. Never arise again. As soon as what is there appearing, it's gone instantly. beginning to understand what is heard is just about that which is there right now, to be understood as it is, to be true to the truth, to understand what is life, what is this very moment. Without the teachings about the truth of what is there now, there cannot be the understanding of the truth from birth to death. Gone, born to see, to hear, to smell, to taste, to touch, to think, from day to day. Wake up, eat breakfast, lunch, dinner, sleep, and then again breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and sleep, and then gone forever when death comes after that. No, this person anymore. So the understanding of even now, there is no one, no person, no me, no name as Eugene at birth. And there is the idea to know what we're talking about inward of this and that. Sujin and Sukin and Sundra and Alberto. See, just all about Dhamma, the processes of Dhamma from birth, different process for different birth. That's all. Is it true? Nothing to be done because it's there already. No one can make seeing arise because seeing has a reason now. So just understand what is there now, that it's gone. And then the other one just arises by conditions and then gone. And this is the only way, little by little, to understand the truth of each moment of life from birth to death. Is it that which is the truth that Buddha realized and taught? No matter what about, it's a reality, attachment, memory, feeling, right understanding, wrong understanding. They're all real, but they are different by conditions, different degrees, different stages, different levels. Learn to understand the truth, that's all. Otherwise, there will never be any understanding of life from birth to death at all. Is it true? Satya Barami. Be true to the truth on and on and on. The truth of this moment, from moment to moment, until right understanding can realize the truth because it's so firm. What is there is the only reality, only moment which can be known, which can be realized. Is it true? If there's no understanding of what's there right now, then ignorance and attachment takes one away from understanding what is there right now. To think about so many things by conditions. Each moment arises and falls away instantly. That's why we learn to understand what is there as it is right now. And right understanding itself, let go wrong understanding and attachment and what is there as kusala, wholesome or unwholesome, by right understanding itself. together with conditions for it to experience the object, sharper and firmer and deeper. Is it true? That's why we learn to understand one word, no matter what word we are talking about. What is it? So now we talk about seeing. That is seeing. So what is it? What is seeing? Whatever is real is there. So understand what is there as it is. Otherwise, there cannot be any understanding of the truth of life, of each moment at all. How can I see? Where's the I? And what is how can I? What reality is there? It's so real, but what is it? It's covered up, it's unknown.
But Nachan, you just talked about the understanding growing sharper, but the truth is that it's far from sharp. It's so blunt, Nachan, so little understanding and immediately followed by attachment. When in fact the function of understanding is to let go. But immediately, if there's any understanding, little understanding, there's attachment. And it's so blunt and it's so little Tanajan.
So we can understand what is there little by little, deeper and deeper, because ignorance is there. Any moment, unknown. It's so very, very, very little. Like avijjasava, see, not understanding what, seeing right now, hearing right now, thinking right now. The asava is unknown. It's so deep. I'm speaking, see, I'm thinking. The I, wrong understanding, taking the seeing for I. I am thinking things, but no understanding. So avijjasava, diddhasava, bhavasava, kamasava, unknown. After seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching. So learn to understand each word. Asava, what is it? What is bhavasava, avijjasava, diddhasava, kamasava? So true, so real, so unknown. So quick, see, so short, so minute.
And yet they're there most of the day. We just don't know. I have a question. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm just going to say that thanks, Ajahn, and please go ahead.
Are we all clear now? Ajahn, what there are a number of levels of sati and different rounds. What is the difference between satipatthana and sati sampajana?
Okay, shall we start with what is sati?
Sure. sati is, we call it awareness, but it's kusala, and it knows what is kusala.
At moment of giving, is there sati?
Yes.
Why?
Because giving is a kusala dhamma.
Who knows?
Sati.
See, because you see that panya is right understanding, and sati is aware of kusala,
Yeah.
of kusala. See, for example, helping, lending one's hand to the stranger or the children or anyone. See, it's not anyone. Whatever wholesome is there, because sati is there, being aware of wholesomeness instantly by conditions.
Always related. Well, no, it's not all. Yes.
Yeah, that's why the wholesome cetasikas is the wholesome cetasikas arise together in a moment of wholesomeness.
Yes.
And sati is that which is aware of wholesome reality, wholesome deeds, wholesome speech. Otherwise, that cannot be the wholesome deeds or wholesome speech or wholesome help or giving without any idea to have something in return at all.
So being aware of
Wholesomeness.
wholesomeness.
At times, to wholesome, to be aware to give, to be aware to help.
Okay.
Is sati in general, isn't it?
Yes.
So in a day, is there sati?
Yes. If
Well,
there are if there are moments of kusala, it's kusala and sati arising together.
at moment of helping the other, see, not just sit, not doing anything.
Right.
Even one can help because no sati is there. But at the moment of helping, it's aware of helping. See, that is just sati in daily life, giving and helping, so on, good deeds and speech. But when there is the understanding of reality, of the truth of what is there now, it is sati which begins to know what is what.
Yes.
It arises with panya, different degrees. So sati arises with wholesome moments, dana, sila, and bhavana, different degrees.
Mm-hmm.
For bhavana, there are two kinds, the samatha bhavana and the vipassana bhavana. Without understanding, there can never be bhavana, because bhavana is the development of understanding of different degrees. For samatha bhavana, it's the understanding what is wrong and what is right, what is wholesome and what is not wholesome. Seeing the danger of attachment the whole day to sensuous object. Who know that it's so dangerous? But panya of the degree that it can understand the danger of just being attached, being bound by avijja and tanha, ignorance and attachment, each moment so dangerous. In darkness, not understanding anything as it is. It's not calm at moment of attachment. It's not calm at moment of aversion. It's not calm at moment of ignorance. That's why the understanding the difference between calmness and the moment of akusala. So without seeing the danger of attachment to the sensuous object which condition ignorance and attachment in the day, and aversion in the day, and the other kinds of akusla in the day, the right understanding begin to understand what is opposite of attachment. No, attachment.
Yes.
No, aversion.
Yes, right. No attachment, aversion, correct, yes.
So in a day, is there any moment of calmness before the development of calmness, samatha bhavana? See, it is not just jump to develop samatha and jump to develop vipassana without any understanding, without conditions at all. Impossible. That's not the very, very subtle understanding of the truth from the enlightened one. Develop parami. How long? To understand everything, no matter what degree. Seeing the danger of kusala and akusala, which condition lobha, dosa, and on to the sensuous object. Because in a day, what is the object each moment? Sensuous object. Is that right?
Yeah.
So, without seeing the difference between ignorance and understanding the danger of akusala, begin to develop to be kusala. Sati is there at level of dana or sila, and bhavana, which is the understanding, the truth of calmness and of right understanding, different degrees.
Mm-hmm.
So there can be calmness without right understanding of the truth.
Yes.
But at moment of understanding the truth, there must be calmness together. So these two kinds of development, bhavana, are different. One is just to develop calmness away from attachment to the sensuous object, which condition akusala, aversion, and so on, little by little. So now, what is there today or yesterday? Is the calmness or just want to be calm instantly, go somewhere? Impossible. That is attachment, not understanding.
Mm.
So, right understanding is different from attachment, quite opposite natures. That's why when there is the understanding of calmness more and more, seeing the danger of attachment and ignorance, it just develops little by little in a day. And right understanding is so great to understand what moment is the object to become. Without right understanding, how can calmness arise? Because it's a kind of citta which arises with right understanding at the degree of understanding the difference between kusala away from akusala and understand what moment. So it is sati sampajanya at level of samatha.
Okay.
That's why sati and sati sampajanya. And for vipassana, it has to be sati sampajanya as well. But more than that, sati patthana.
Mm.
Not only sati sampajanya, but at moment of sati patthana, it is sati sampajanya for sure. More
Yeah.
understanding of the truth.
Yes.
So it's daily life. The one who is accumulated of akusala so strong, just annoyed and be unwholesome very quickly. Can there be moment of understanding, of calmness? What moment is calmness in a day? Hot tempered, no calm at all. See, That's why it is a development of right understanding to the truth of what degree. So now, does anyone like to develop calmness, samatha? So please have samatha in a day, calm life, daily life. Otherwise, no conditions enough to, to develop calmness to that degree.
To develop both calmness and satipatthana. Is that right? If I've understood it correctly.
Different ways. Before the enlightenment of Buddha,
Yeah.
people just understood how to be more calm.
Mm-hmm.
So they had reached degree of different jhana, calmness, tranquility,
Yeah.
but no understanding of reality at all. So it's the development of calmness. There must be sati at that level of seeing the danger of akusala and the benefit of calmness. So it develops calmness by way of dana, sila, and also even not moment of giving or sila, it's there, pure. Saddha is there. No kusla, no akusla at that very moment, but no understanding. So it is samatha bhavana. But vipassana bhavana, hearing the truth of what is there and understand that at moment of awareness is moment of begin to develop the understanding of the truth of the object of awareness.
Mm-hmm.
So satipatthana, what is thana? The base, the object for sati to develop, to understand truth. Satipatthana, the four satipatthana. So those in the Buddha's time who had developed samatha before understand the path of of the satipatthana. They developed satipatthana. So some of them could attain vipassana with degrees of samatha, but some couldn't, depending on conditions. For us today, how many moments of calmness in a day? Even akusala can be object of right understanding. So satipatthana is the development of right understanding of the truth of what is there. No thought to develop calmness because at moment of understanding the truth is calm with understanding of the truth. Whereas samatha bhavana doesn't have the understanding of the truth.
Yes. I I'm just going to go back a minute. I thought I understood, and I may well be wrong. I thought I understood, or I thought I heard that the development of satipatthana also requires a certain level of calmness.
So at moment of akusala, like dosa mulajita, is it
No,
calm? But it
no.
is patthana of sati. Calm.
Okay, okay. Thank
That
you.
is wrong to just take the word without consider all around
Mm-hmm.
as the
Mm-hmm.
base firm
Yes.
understanding of the truth.
And besides, and you do know that at the moment of Satipatthana, it is calm, right?
That moment, yes.
Yeah. So it has to have that particular Cetasika Tatamachita to perform its function. So it has to be calm.
Yes. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. That puts it together.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes, it has to be calm. It's a kusala moment. Right. Thank you. That's a lot to consider. I guess I've read past the word sati sampajana a number of times and not really sort of focused in on what it might be. But thank you. That helps a lot. And there's a big difference between the two of them.
It's interesting that Ajahn mentioned that at the time of the Buddha, there was more condition for samatha, but in our times there are different conditions which cannot support samatha bhavana, and people still cling to samatha and try to revert back to the times when there were conditions for samatha. So they go to live in the forest or like just the external situation. They try to recreate the external situation for reaching the karma that the Buddha explained and talked about. But I think it's just a different time, different, cannot be, it's not the same. It's impossible to go back in time to a time when samatha was developed. So,
But the important thing that regardless of whether those people during the Buddha's time who were very fluent at with samatha development, and we at this time who are far from that, when we hear the Buddha's teachings and we understand the Buddha's teachings, there's no question about wanting calm. It's just it's just right understanding. It's samadhi, which is important. It's the development of vipassana, not calm, that is important.
No, and I think too, Alberto, that there's just not the understanding that there was in the Buddha's time. It's not available to them because, as you were just saying, they just want. And we know that, I suppose what's helpful here too, that with Abhidhamma, we know that piti can be kusala or akusala, and this is very often overlooked. It arises very often when we, for example, we have talking about kama chanda, people don't realize that they just want something that they haven't got, and they are subtly falling into a trap that they have set for themselves unwittingly, and they do not know that just wanting to be calmer, which is understandable in many ways, but because there are not the wise teachers, they go down a path of more akusala and have ever more subtle levels of clinging to pleasant feeling, which is not helpful. But they don't realize that, there's that saying, you don't know what you don't know. And it's so easy to fall into that trap because the development of the path, or the development of kusala for that matter, is not easy. It's not, we don't have to, for example, we know that you don't have to, we don't have to cultivate a kusala. That comes naturally to us because of our accumulations of attachment and different levels of akusala. But to develop kusala, we need good friends to help us do that. And in the Buddha's time, there were many good friends, if we were wise enough to recognize them. But today, people don't have that level of connection with wise people. They are largely, there are many spurious and false teachers out there who say all sorts of things, within the Buddha Dhamma, ironically, and of course outside the Buddha Dhamma, people who talk about different levels of, calmness, or they can use the word samatha, but ultimately it's just a word. it's just a word. I was, yeah. So it's easy to get. We see that the path is subtle, and we need good friends to help us on the path. But it's a good point you bring up, because I think many people get, they have what loosely one might say they have good intentions, but they're probably not good intentions. It's just more attachment, and they don't realize how subtle attachment can be and how easy it is to go wrong in the development of kusala, let alone the development of panya, which is a lot more subtle. Yeah, so it's easy to go astray, easy to go wrong these days, especially these days. Thank you.
Yeah.
Another point that I was going to say to Alberto is that I was looking over this over the last few days, and that's and Tanajan mentions it in her book, this aspect of Wijamana Panyati and Awijamana Panyati. The two different different types of concepts. So Wijamana Panyati are the concepts that represent, well, Panyati literally means a concept, or it can also mean designation. A Panyati, literally means thus it makes known. You got the word panya in there, but it's nothing to do with panya, of course. Here it's different meaning it makes known what is true, like rupa and nama. They are what's known as Wijamana Panyatis. They speak to what is real. But it's important to realize, and I think this is easily misunderstood, is that because we say rupa, it's just a concept, as nama is just a concept ultimately, but they have to be considered carefully when we hear them from wise people and understand what they are pointing to, as opposed to Awijamana Panyatis. Again, they are concepts like king and queen and trees and bushes and things and people. They are Panyatis, or they're concepts or designations that refer to things that are not real, Awijamana, that are not real. So when going back to your point about samatha, people have not even got an understanding of what is true in terms of Dhamma, in terms of Paramatta Dhammas, and what is true as far as the concept goes. They have not got an understanding between the difference. They don't understand the difference, between concept and reality. So it's going to be very difficult for them to understand the Dhamma. And of course, those kinds of misunderstandings can not be helpful when you're wanting to develop samatha. There's just so much room for misunderstanding. I was speaking with a friend. I don't want to go into this too much. I was speaking to a friend over the week or earlier on, and he was talking about, it's quite a common thing, in the development of metta. You say, may I be happy, and then may other people be happy. But we know that you can't spread metta to yourself, but a lot of people think that you can. And because we have been very fortunate in hearing from wise people, we can appreciate that you can't have metta for yourself. It doesn't make any sense. It's just a lot of attachment and not helpful. But people, when they haven't heard the Dhamma or haven't heard from a wise person, they'll easily go astray and think, oh yes, I can spread metta to myself and then I can spread it to other people. And we can see that those gross levels of misunderstanding, which are very prevalent today, will not be helpful. And so we can realize again and again and again.
Yes. Yeah. But the topic of metta and towards oneself and towards others, let alone that metta cannot arise, towards oneself. This is, of course, very clear. But what even we forget is that metta cannot be made to develop by itself. It's just a Dhamma. And so the more important question is to understand it as Dhamma, and that the Buddha taught to develop more understanding of our realities, not just to have more kusala. So you can see how far they are, they are away from the correct teachings. Not only they don't understand that it's a Dhamma, and they don't know that its metta is only towards other beings, well-being of seeing the good qualities of being loving towards other beings, seeing the likable qualities. It's just no understanding at all.
True. No, that's exactly right. And we can begin to grasp how vast ignorance is and how easily it covers over, as Tanajan says, when you haven't got a good friend to help you to realize that, as you're saying, we can so easily go astray. We can so easily go off track and think that we're developing kusala, when in actual fact we're developing the opposite. And again and again, we can see it's so valuable, as you're alluding to there, to consider Dhamma as it appears. But if we haven't got the good teacher, they would just be empty words. Consider Dhamma. Well, what do you mean? Consider Dhamma. And so they're all concepts. They're all panyati. So we need to have those. We need to consider them carefully, time and time and time again, as Tanajan says.
Yeah, but we're fortunate enough to keep coming back to the concept of realities, the Dhamma, because it's there. It's Dhamma. Any moment is just Dhamma, and there's no better word. So at least thinking in terms of Dhamma, being able to think in terms of Dhamma instead of thinking as before in terms of people and things and situations is already a good first step.
Yeah, true. Funny, look, I was just looking over the last couple of days about, in the Visuddhi Magga, I'm just going to share a bit of Pali here, but Dhamma is described as atanopanna sabhavam dharintiti Dhamma. So Dhamma causes to bear its own intrinsic nature. They were talking about this, what Dhamma actually means, because it causes to bear its own intrinsic nature. So it causes to bear its own nature, so to speak. That's what Dhamma is. But of course, you can just read that too and have a lot of misunderstanding. But they were pointing out that a concept is not referring to that. A concept is not Dhamma. We know that's the object of thinking, but it's not real. Dhamma refers to everything that is real. And they were pointing out, I've never thought about this before, that a concept doesn't refer to Dhamma directly. Do you see what I'm saying? Anyway, I thought it was an interesting point.
Yeah, but sometimes it's just something we're overthinking. The thing we have to use words, right? Without words, we cannot. There's no Savaka, no Buddha. The Buddha also had to to teach and refer to words. Yes, right.
Of course. Yes. I totally agree.
Yeah,
I was just reading this and I'm thinking, that's very insightful. That think that the objects of thinking, panyati, are not real and therefore they don't relate to Dhamma. So anyway, it's just because concepts don't relate to reality. They're just the objects of thinking. It was quite an interesting point, I thought. But you're right, time and time again, so easy to go astray, and the nature of ignorance is so vast. It's so vast, and we need good friends time and time again. It's so easy to get lost, as we can see in the world today. The world is covered in darkness, mostly. And going back to when the Buddha considered teaching Dhamma on that Brahma Sahampati in the Rupa Brahma Lokas, could read the Buddha's mind, and he said, please. And he came to visit the Buddha and invited him to teach. And he considered, yes, there are some with little dust in their eyes and some with a lot of dust in their eyes. And those with little dust in their eyes will appreciate the Dhamma. And so he did teach, as we know, and we are fortunate to know that. Yes, true. The Dhamma is very subtle.
And he taught to understand darkness, not just to use the word.
It's true too. Yes, he's taught to understand darkness. Yeah, it's vast. Yeah, it's vast. There's no question about that.
ท่านอาจารย์เปิดปิดได้หรือยังคะที่เปิดไม่ได้น้อง
ค่ะได้ยินไหมคะ
ได้ยินแล้วค่ะท่านอาจารย์ค่ะได้ยิน
ค่ะ
แล้ว
โอ
ค่ะ
เคค่ะต่อได้เลยค่ะ
ค่ะท่านอาจารย์ said you may continue คุณสุเทนคะคุณสุนทราคุณแอน
Yeah, okay, thank you. Yeah, Kunan, have you got any questions there you'd like to ask? So it was interesting ones before. We're not.
So is it clear now about sati sampajanya, and satipatthana? Sati sampajanya is the development of either samatha and vipassana. Both have sati sampajanya, but for samatha, not satipatthana, only sati sampajanya. But for vipassana, sati sampajanya and satipatthana.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
satipatthana is more than just sati sampajanya, because it has the understanding of the truth.
That's right. The understanding of the characteristics of realities appearing.
So
Yeah,
it is
you're right,
only
John.
sati when it is kusala moment, ordinary, in daily life. But when
Yes.
there is the understanding of the development of samatha, it has to be at that moment with sampajanya, understanding the
Yeah.
nature of samatha, but not understanding the truth, the nature of Dhamma. But when it is satipatthana, it has to be with sati sampajanya and the object of satipatthana.
Yes. Yes. This is
The
a
highest
very helpful.
level, the highest level is satipatthana, because it also has sati sampajanya, but together with understanding of the
Yes.
object satipatthana.
Yes. Yes.
So,
Yes.
and there are three meanings of satipatthana. One is the sati itself of that level. Two is the object, means reality, the patthana, the objects of that sati. So it has to be a characteristic of reality. And three, it's the path taught by the Buddha.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you. Yeah, I hadn't thought of it broken up into the three, but yes, that all occur at the same time after the level of satipatthana, or with satipatthana and
To understand clearly what is
Yes.
satipatthana, three meanings.
Okay.
It has to be sati at level of understanding the object.
Right.
As it is. And the second one, the object itself is patthana, satipatthana, for just sati, only sati to develop.
Sorry,
and
that was the second one again, John, was patthana.
Okay, it is the object of satipatthana.
Okay.
That's why with thinking about the concept, it's not satipatthana at all.
Right.
It has to be the reality, a reality, a nama or a rupa, to be patthana for sati, to develop the understanding of the nature of that object. And the third one is the path. The Buddha had developed this path until enlightenment.
Yes. Yes. That's
So no thought about whether it is the Buddha's path or not, or is it the teachings of the Buddha? Because the object is there with right understanding at level of satipatthana, not just hearing, considering, understanding.
And sampajanya just refers to understanding, and this understanding can be at the level of samatha or vipassana. So that's why it applies to the development of samatha to sati sampajanya.
okay. So it's
Because
either a deal. Sorry, I'm
yeah,
sorry. Go ahead, Sukin.
no, that's it. That's it. It's just that sampajanya refers to understanding, but there are two kinds of understanding:
Either even at the level of samatha or
vipassana. So
vipassana, right?
yeah,
And if
yeah.
I could just add on this general topic also, as I understand it, and your question, Satipatthana, Patthana refers to, as Ajahn said, what can be the object of awareness and understanding.
Mm-hmm.
We talk about Sati Sampajanya as though it's as a level of understanding itself, but that's not, if we are interested in the meaning, what's the difference between Patthana, as in Satipatthana, and Sampajanya, as in Sati Sampajanya. So the Satipatthana, there are four of them, and they are the four classes of things that can be the object of awareness and understanding. So the first is rupa, the second is Vedana, I think, the third is citta, and the fourth is Dhamma, which is all a catch-all, which includes all the other
Right.
categories as well. So I think that's the way to think about Satipatthana. And Sampajanya is one of the words that describes understanding that's used in the different sections of the sutta to describe the understanding of the person who is developing awareness and understanding. So when it talks about the person who is wearing robes and going about the day and sitting down and standing up and so forth, you'll find, if you look closely at the sutta, that there is a word for understanding in each of those sections to describe the mind of the individual being referred to.
Okay.
And the term satipatthana in the sutta is just used, as far as I recall, in the introduction to say there are four foundations of mindfulness which can be developed.
So
In a long time since I've looked at the sutta, I will. Excuse me, Ajahn, please go ahead.
is there sati now? Or is there sati sampajanya? Or is there satipatthana now?
Probably not satipatthana, because there's not understanding at that level, but I can't tell for sure, but I'm thinking some maybe moments of calm with kusala while listening.
At moment of understanding what we are talking about, there must be sati, but not sati sampajanya.
Okay.
No understanding of the reality, whether it's wholesome or unwholesome.
Okay, thank you. I see that now.
So the development of samatha bhavana is understanding that very moment, whether it's kusala or akusala.
Okay.
Otherwise, there cannot be more kusala. Because being able to understand the characteristic of reality, but not at the degree of satipatthana.
Okay.
For example, when you are not angry, when you are not angry, see, and when you are angry, different kind of reality. So at moment of that moment, it's calm to understand the truth. And when it's more the development of samatha bhavana, it condition more calm on and on and on until it reached the degree of jhana. But there must be panya to understand the truth of that moment, but not the nature, the characteristic of it as not self, but just understand kusala as kusala, akusala as akusala. The more seeing the danger of akusala moment right then, not just thinking about it, it is the development of calmness from moment to moment until it is the level of jhana. But it's not just talking like now, and then anyone can reach that stage. And the last one, satipatthana, arises with sampajanya, but also with understanding of the nature of the object. Three kinds of sati sampajanya, and satipatthana. And just on the subject of satipatthana, there are three kinds of, there are three meanings of satipatthana. Sati, which understand what is the object of satipatthana.
Yes.
Not concept, see.
Yes.
Not seeing, not the word seeing, but the reality of seeing. At that
Yes.
moment, it begin to be object of studying, of awareness, to begin to understanding the nature of it little by little, so very little at the very beginning, the second stage of Arya Satya. And there must be calmness too, samatha of the
Yes.
degree, not but not as the degree of jhana. Because samatha arises with kusala, each kind, each moment of kusala, there must be samatha. Excuse me, sati. So
Sati.
sati
Yes.
and sati sampajanya and satipatthana. But for the word sati sampajanya, it has three meanings. The object of sati. If no one knows what is the object of satipatthana, they can never have the moment of satipatthana. So it talks about the object of sati. And the second one, or it can be one or two, whether this is the first or this is the second. The sati, which is aware, is satipatthana. It is aware of the object of satipatthana. The first one is the object, the second one is the sati sampajanya, which is aware of the object. And the third one, it's the path of the Buddha. Otherwise, there cannot be the moment of realization of the truth, enlightenment at all. Is it clear now?
Yes, it's becoming clearer. It's very subtle and intricate, the combinations.
So we can say, is there sati now at moment of understanding what we are talking about, sati patthana?
Yes.
That is sati, the
Right.
intellectual understanding,
Yes.
the first of the Four Noble Truths,
Right.
the first round. And the second round, understanding what is there now, which is the object of understanding, not the word or the picture or anything,
Okay.
but only that which is seen
Yes.
or the seeing itself. So now, is it satipatthana?
Now, no.
No. So understanding begins to understand each moment as it is.
Mhm.
And is there sati sampachanya now?
No.
No, that's it. See, sati. So sati sampachanya has to go with samatha pavana or vipassana bhavana. But for samatha pavana, it's just only samatha, not satipatthana, because no understanding of the
Right.
object. But
Yes.
at moment of satipatthana, both are there. Sati sampachanya of understanding of the object,
Mhm.
which is there. So it's understanding of this moment, whether now there is sati or sati sampachanya or satipatthana.
Mhm. And now there is sati.
Yes, which will develop by understanding. So when there is the understanding of the precious moment of understanding the truth, no desire or attachment to develop, just samatha bhavana.
Yes, that's true. Yes.
That's why people today do not develop samatha bhavana. But when there is wrong understanding, they take something for samatha or vipassana without
Mhm.
any understanding.
I was going to say sometimes many people today think they are developing,
Vipassana,
yes, and
samatha,
or samatha. I think people still like the idea of developing calm
yeah, but
without
no
any
understanding
understanding.
what calm is and
Well,
how can they be more calm in a
through
day.
understanding.
In a day, see,
Yeah.
moment of ignorance, attachment, and akusla, only moment of kusla is calm, but
Mhm.
not samatha bhavana, not
Yes.
vipassana bhavana, only calm at
Yeah.
moment of at level of kusla.
Yes. This is all very helpful. Thank you, Ajahn. Sukin?
It's a
Jonathan?
good discussion, and yes, I was just listening while we were having lunch, and like you and Sukin were stressing, it's not a matter of clinging to having calm, clinging to having metta, because this is a hindrance for any kind of
Right.
bhavana. And
Clinging to any of these is the opposite of what
so no
needs
matter
to
whether it's
No,
dosa now or
you're
metta, they're
holding
just
it
passing dharmas, not belonging to anyone.
happen.
And if there's any idea of trying to let go, or we should let go, or whether we should do this or should do that, then again, it's just all about I. It's not about
That's right.
understanding developing naturally. When
No,
helping, there is calm, no thought of I
yes.
having calm, or
Right. There's no
when
I
understanding, there is calm, no thought of
right.
I should have calm, or I can try to have more calm.
No,
So
no I to do anything about any of it.
no, they're all
Yeah.
just dharmas, and it's not this person's
Right.
understanding or
Right.
my
Could you speak
understanding
louder, please?
or their ignorance or my ignorance. They're just different dharmas arising and falling
Mm,
away. And I have
true.
something to ask Sukin about. Sukin, last week when you were talking to Prakash, there were a couple of things you were saying about nimitta, which I just wanted to pick up on. I think you were talking about the world of nimitta as suggesting that all realities arise and fall away, and it's the nimitta that appears. But when Ajahn speaks about the world of nimitta, she's talking about when there's no understanding, when there is the idea of people and things all around, when in fact there's no one, no thing. So we live in the world of nimitta as long as there's no understanding at all. So only when there's the understanding of reality at a time, then it is the nimitta of reality that appears, and then it's not the world of nimitta. And it is
But isn't it true? Sarah, that the realities appear by way of nimitta. What is appearing
Yes,
now is nimitta. So
always
it
by way
is.
of nimitta.
So it is the world of nimitta for everyone.
But I'm just mentioning that because I was just listening to a recent discussion. We were editing, actually, we were there, and Ajahn was talking in some detail about the world of nimitta. And it was always with reference to when there's no understanding. Like you say, it's one reality that appears by way of nimitta. Actually, not one reality, but many, many seeings arise and appear by way of nimitta. But when it's not the understanding of the nimitta of reality, it's the world of nimitta, the idea of someone and clothes. And she was talking about in this recording about many, many layers of nimitta, even nimitta of
So probably in
concepts,
context, different contexts. I'm not sure.
shapes,
Yeah.
forms, many
Shapes and
things,
forms are, of course, concepts. Yeah.
and many, many things, tables,
Yeah.
people,
Yeah.
clothes, and so
Yeah.
on. And so it just, so then she says, usually one just lives in the world of nimitta when there's no understanding of just one reality at a time all day
So
long.
I think
So I just,
it must be in that context. Of course, I understand that it's the world of concepts. That's what she's referring to. But on the other hand, it is nimitta even now, isn't it, for everyone?
whatever appears is always by
Yeah,
way of nimitta. But
nimitta, right,
I'm just
right.
mentioning when she talks
Yeah,
about,
yeah,
sometimes she talks about the world of concepts, living in the world of concepts, ideas. And as Sundara says, concept is what makes known. So
yeah,
because of
yeah.
nimitta, there are concepts which make known the meaning of what
Yeah,
is
yeah.
there, no matter
I
reality
think
or
I think
concept.
I was confused about the word make known, and that's what where it applies, and that's
So it's not
probably what.
nimitta
Yeah.
that makes known, it's the
No, no, no,
panyati
no.
that
Yeah,
makes
yeah,
known.
yeah,
And
yeah,
no
yeah,
matter
yeah.
whether we're talking about the world of
Yeah.
concepts or the worlds of nimitta, this is referring
Right,
to
right,
ignorance and
right,
not
right,
understanding the truth.
right.
Just on that term of makes known, I wonder, because a panyati literally means, yes, what is make known, but they're a concept, they're a designation, but they don't in themselves make known, as I'm trying to say, and that's no doubt clear to people. They're just concepts which can point, like rupa is a panyati. Rupa is known as a vijamana panyati. It refers to something that refers to what is real. It's vijamana. Literally, vijamana means knowing. It's referring to something that is real, but it's not real in itself. And I think Tanajan has often pointed this out, that we need concepts, but they can point to realities, and it's only by gradually considering those panyatis carefully from a wise person that an understanding can be developed. But because realities are not words, and that's always important to realize that rupa, for the wise, when they hear that, there can be some understanding of the nature of rupa that may be appearing now. But still, for most people, when they hear the word rupa, probably there's just hearing of a word that they don't really attach much significance to, or certainly perhaps no understanding of at all. So I think it's always important that these panyatis, or those things which make known, and these of course got nothing to do with panya, it's just a borrowing. It literally means thus it makes known. Yeah, okay, I'll perhaps leave it at that.
The
Yeah, but
understanding is of the reality, not the word or the meaning or the.
right, right. But
It's just
I
what
was
is
wondering,
true now.
Sarah and Sundara, and maybe Thanachan can help here, whether it would be fair to say that Panjati makes known the conventional reality. Panjati makes known Samuti Sacha.
Yeah, that's right. I think so. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm jumping in there. They make known what is true conventionally or otherwise. Mostly a paññatti is a designation. It is a concept. It's a designation of something that is real or unreal, but in itself is not reality.
Even if it's a designation of a reality like rupa or seeing now, it reveals, it makes known, but it's not the reality. But it's just a device for communication that makes known that reality or that concept, that idea, table, chair. That's all. Maybe Vasir Vajan would like to add any more to any of these points.
Please, Tanachan, because you use the word make known a lot, we would like to understand better what it means.
Who's there on the screen? Who's there? See, different colors, visible object, or someone instantly. See, realities arise and fall away so very, very instantly, in split second. Who knows? There is ignorance and attachment after seeing by that level of asura, unknown. So many moments. Otherwise, how come to be so many things around on the wall? What are there on the ground, on the bed? What are there? See, instantly. What does it mean? They are all Dhamma, and what is seen is only color. But it's not just color. As soon as one opens one's eyes, many things around instantly. The color makes known by shape and form from moment to moment, just one speck to become square or round or long or short with different colors as someone or something instantly. So, nimitta is the shape and form, not just one, not just a speck, but what is there? So many moments of experiencing that which impinge on the eye base. And where is it? Only that which is seen at the eye base. Seeing is there. So that which is seen is only that which impinge on the eye base. So no matter now or then, what is taken for something is nimitta by way of nimitta, shape and form. And the nimitta makes known as this or that. Kun Sukin or Kun Sarah or Kun Jonathan or Kun Sundra, see? In truth, just different colors. So the reality arises and falls away in split seconds, condition, the sign or the shape or the form, nimitta, which makes known as Kun Sukin or Kun Sara or Sujin. Is that enough to understand the truth that it so very rapidly just arise and falls away, never to arise again, unknown? It seems like it's there all the time, even when it's not seen, it's there in mind as it is still there in the room, in the kitchen, or in the plate. See?
I think that's a good point, a useful point that you've made, Tanajan, that it makes known the concept or the idea of something. It doesn't make known the reality. I think that's a valuable differentiation that you've made, that paññatti makes known the designation or the concept. It doesn't make known the reality. Thank you, Tanajan.
But Sarah, could you please continue, please? Thank you.
Sorry, Ju, I didn't hear that.
No, nobody speak now, so
Okay, if nobody's asking, I was thinking about Samvega, and I remember Sarah a few years ago pointing out that Samvega is an aspect of it is Panya, and I've been thinking about it being an aspect of Panya, that's the sense of urgency, and the more it develops, the closer it gets to this moment. It's not just like we think about, oh, our life is short, so let's do something useful or something like that. So, is that correct? First of all, Thanachan, is Samvega an aspect of Panya?
Sorry, did you hear me just a moment ago about the Panjati and Nimitta?
No, Thanachan, your voice was
Sorry.
muted.
Yeah, it was muted. So now, shall we talk about it or new
Yes,
start?
please, Thanachan, continue with Nimitta and Panyati, please.
So now, without the reality, can there be nimitta? Not at all. So when reality is conditioned to arise and fall away so rapidly, what's left is the sign or the mark or the form of something makes known as what it is. The bed or the door, panyati. So we live in the world of panyati, right? Everyone in the room, in the world, people and things all around, the moon and the sun and the river and the mountain, all are panyati. But with our reality, there cannot be the nimitta to make known that what is what. So the citta experience panyati, experience the nimitta, experience the reality instantly, so very quickly. Experience a reality as nimitta, as panjati. Is that true for every day in life? No matter there is understanding or not, only the vipassana moment and the reality appears as it is. But when it's not like that, it appears as nimitta and panjati. But without reality, there cannot be nimitta, there cannot be panjati at all.
And as you say, for example, visible object without the reality, there couldn't be the concept, the panyati, making known that what is seen is visible object. What is made known, the idea, is not the reality, but still different concepts make known different ideas like table, chairs, as well as different realities that we've heard about. So panyati all day, usually with unwise considering, but there can be moments of wise considering, like now when it is the panyati about what is true, what is real, even though the idea is not the reality at all. So this is why it's not a matter of a designation or a term, but the understanding of the absolute reality that has to be known.
And earlier I was wanting to add this, that it's a question of understanding. So we know that the sutras are in conventional language, so but it was the understanding that understood the reality. So it's not just a word, it's the important thing is the understanding.
That's exactly right. And that's why for the very wise, they can hear one word like Vedana, instant direct understanding of the reality itself. The word Vedana makes known, but it's the understanding of the truth, not the translation or the term that's important. And at moments of understanding, there is some bigger there. Like you say, not by trying to urgently understand or repeating that there's only this moment, but at moments of understanding. That's life. The world is here and now. Naturally, not by trying to let go or make an effort or do anything, but just moments of understanding the reality at this very moment, the world right now.
So what is there now? Reality, nimitta, and panyati.
The world of the reality that appears, and then the world of nimitta, the world of panyati, when usually there's ignorance, no understanding about the truth at all. And life goes on, just different dhammas, not any belonging to me or anyone, not I doing this or letting go of that. Understanding rises or it doesn't matter. Karma rises or it doesn't. They're just passing dhammas. So it's all about the letting go of the idea of I, being aware, being calm, having metta, understanding, just different dhammas, not belonging to anyone. So the letting go develops with the understanding, that's all. And the calm develops with understanding, not by wishing to have it or trying, as everyone agrees.
Imagine how the truth is, so very quickly arising and falling away. No one at all, nothing at all. Only different moments, by different conditions, just roll on from moment to moment, non-stop, when there's no understanding of the truth at all. Long, long time ago, up to now, years and years ago, in darkness of what is taken for light with many people and things, but in truth, just in darkness, only a speck of light. But so many, many moments in between the current of different processes. That's all. No one there at all. How dark ignorance is, thinking that we are in the world of light with different people and things, not just different, what we say, color, or visible object only seen, not more than that at all. It's gone instantly. How can it be something or someone? So now it's just the light of right understanding of the truth, little by little.
And just the same dhammas, no matter whether on a cruise like Kuntu was going on when we last saw him, or whether in Bangkok at the foundation, or preparing lunch as we were doing, just different dhammas, kusala, akusala, abhyakuta dhammas, rising and falling away, no one there at all. And that's the letting go, understanding the truth of dhammas as anatta now.
Until it is directly the object of right understanding of one nimitta of a reality at a time. the way for right understanding to be sharper, keener, stronger, deeper, to understand what is there right now covered up by ignorance of Panjati and Nimitta and the reality all gone instantly. So is they calm now? Even it's there, it's not yet the development of calmness.
And if it's there, it's just for a moment, gone instantly. Anatta, not my calm or anyone's calm, just a Dhamma, gone.
Not to be clung to.
No, totally not to be clung to or to find important, because
Probably
it's
is, but
instantly.
not good.
It's dukkha too,
Yes.
unsatisfactory. Yes. Thank you, Ajahn. We'll see you later. Sawadika.
ท่านอาจารย์
ขอบคุณมากค่ะ
Thank you everyone.
Very good discussion, everyone.
ครับท่านอาจารย์
สวัสดีค่ะอาจารย์
สวัสดีค่ะ
Everything. Thank you so much.
Good to see you.
สวัสดีครับท่านอาจารย์สวัสดีครับ
Thank you so much,
Thank you
everybody.
อาจารย์ Thank you
Thank you.
everybody.
Hi,
See you
Sidi.
soon, Metta.
And everyone. Yeah.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye,
Bye
Dira.
everyone.
Good night, Anna. See you again.
Aloha. See you later.
Yeah. Thank you, Sarah.
Sing Jiao. Sing Jiao.
Yeah. Bye.